Let's climb the ladder of success together, shall we? Hey guys, this is Andy with Mindset Matters More, and I want to talk about this. So lately I've been collecting insights that I've been getting throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the year. And this is my next insight for you guys when I heard this, I was like, oh, duh, that makes sense because I've experienced this. I have lived this. All right. So here it goes. You can climb to the top on the ladder of success and find out it's on the wrong wall. Like, oh my God, how amazing is this? So, let me give you my story about this because when I ever tell people this story, they are like flabbergasted by what happened to me. So, as you guys know, I had my daughter when I was 17, and I basically created a life out of fear of being poor. So went to school for something I didn't want to go to school for, took a job doing something I didn't want to do. Like being an engineer was just not for me. Like I absolutely fucking hated it. But I didn't know it at the time because I was just so busy trying to climb that ladder of success. Like at my job, I would be able to talk to the president, the vice presidents, the directors. Like I would walk by the hall. Ugh, let me try that again. I would walk down the hall by one of them and I would be like, "Hey Jim, hey John, hey Amy." And if I was with somebody, they would be like, "How the fuck do you know them and why are you calling them by their first name?" Is because I was that girl. I was that bitch, okay? I could do that. You could not tell me otherwise. I was not gonna Mr. or Miss nobody. No, because that was who I was. I was just somebody who could schmooze and I was getting opportunities that I shouldn't have gotten. I mean, with my credentials, obviously, but that was just who I was. So I was a rocket scientist, and I remember I was working on this program for about 2 or 3 years. And we had traveled, we had done all this work, we had done all this testing, we had done all this, we had generated information and documentation and all this stuff that, like, at the time just seemed so fucking important. And you got to do this and you got to work so hard and put in the hours and learn new programs. And you got to do this and you got to do that and how to navigate here and travel there and do this and blah, 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 blah. Okay. Then one day, they show up and they say, "Hey, yeah, we're going to pack everything up and we're going to take everything off our computers because the program's canceled." And like, I was just like, "Come again? Hey, can we start? What the fuck you said?" And like, just from one day to another, the program got canceled. And it was at that moment that I had like a real awakening that I was like, oh my God, I fucking hate this. I absolutely hate this. All the success that I had gotten, all the work that I did just meant nothing. So yeah, I climbed that ladder of success and realized, oh, that's on the wrong wall. It's absolutely on the wrong wall. But I was just so hyper focused on being successful at the thing I was doing that I didn't take time to look around at the landscape and see if this is exactly the ladder I wanted to be climbing. After that, I remember thinking, oh, I need to figure out who the hell I am and what the hell I need to do. And that sent me on a whole self realization journey with yoga teacher training and going to London. And like, it was a whole thing. Okay. So I remember I had a yearly progress meeting with my boss, and he starts talking to me about, oh, you got to do this, and you have to mentor people and you have to do that to make it to the next level. We want to see you doing this, we want to see you doing that. And I just was like, I fucking hate everything you just said to me. Like everything that you have just described looks like hell, sounds like hell. I want nothing to do with that. But it took that boot to the butt, that complete decimation of a program, in order for me to be like, oh, I'm not supposed to be here. This is not where I'm supposed to be. And so I spent all that time climbing this corporate ladder that was just not built for me. And maybe the other people of the program, they were just quick to, okay, well, we go to another program and go do that and go, they just keep going, and great for them that that was their jam and that was what they could do and that's what they wanted to do. Good for them. But I just remember coming to the realization like, oh no, what have I been doing? What have I been doing with my life? What have I been focused on that it would lead me to this point where I came to the realization that like I had built a life out of fear. Like I had built a life that I never wanted to be poor ever again. And so I was willing to do whatever it took in order to not do that. Well, it turns out that I was in a career that I fucking hated. So here's my question to you is, are you climbing a corporate ladder, a social ladder, a familial ladder, whatever ladder it is that just, are you doing it but not really taking stock of the landscape and being like, if I continue on this trajectory, if this is who I continue to be in 10 years, will that be what I want? 20 years, will that be what I want? 30 years, 50 years. On my deathbed, will I be like, hell yeah, I fucking love that? And let me tell you this other thing is that I grew up with people telling me that, oh, everybody hates their job. What? Everybody? Everybody. Mm, I have met so many women over the past 5 years that absolutely love what they do. Absolutely in love with the reason why they do what they do. And that's wonderful that they've found that. I, however, do not ascribe to that sentiment anymore that you need to be fucking miserable doing your job. You spend 40 hours a week, okay? Let's do the math on this shit, okay? So that's 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year for 50 years. You spend 104,000 hours of your life doing something that you fucking hate in your lifetime? That's what you're telling me? You're gonna spend over 100K in hours of your life doing something that you fucking hate? You got me fucked up. No way am I ever going to do that again. No way am I ever going to sit down and be like, hey, yeah, I'm going to give you guys 8 hours of my day, which is a third of my day, plus commute another hour, 9 hours of my day, more than a third of my day, so that you can make me do something that I fucking hate. You're not going to do it. That's not going to happen. Now, what it took to get to the position to be able to shift, that's a whole other journey. But the point is that think about your life. Like, are you really driving in the direction that you want to be driving in? So I want to share this quote with you guys one more time because I think it's so powerful and so completely fucking mind blowing. Because once you have that realization of, holy shit, like I'm trying to succeed at something that I do not give two flying fucks about, then you actually can transform your life. Okay. So here we go. You can climb to the top of the ladder of success and find out it's on the wrong wall. You guys take charge of your life. Be empowered to love what you do. Be empowered to venture out on your own. Be empowered to restart if you need to. Be empowered to live a life that you fucking love because you only got one life. One life. Okay? Don't spend 100K in hours doing what you hate. All right, guys? Love you guys. Bye.